4. 5. Am I going too fast? Any questions this far? None. Okay. Number 5. Now, great, you go back. Your objectives are authentic. You really mean well for your customer, for your audience, no? And you also are passion driven of your product. That's your step 2. The third step is that you build relationships already. Kaibigan na kayo. And then you have a good voice because you like what you're doing. But, pag nasa loob ng utak niyo, kung may kalat, di ba? Your ideas are not arranged well. If they are not structured, if you're not thinking on behalf of your audience, that means how will they accept it? Is it easy for them? Is it developmental for them? Is it gradient for them? Will I make step 1, step 2, step 3 for them so that it becomes easy for them? If you don't work on that structure, if you just come up here and blabber, if you just rant away, riff and rant, you will not make a connection. Why? Because ideas in our own head are like fireworks. You always want to say so many things, right? When you're excited or when you're not excited. And likewise, people here listening, also their mind is like fireworks. People are listening to the music, thinking of the lights, thinking of the food, thinking of what's going on outside, to my traffic, to my ulan, no? Now, to be able to cut through that chaos, to be able to cut through that noise, you've got to structure your talk from different levels. So sometimes you tell a story, and with the story, you give the learning from the story and the application thereof. So parang may structure. There's a way to structure that, no? Which we won't do today. No? There's a lot of work to be done. But I'm giving you broad ideas on how to connect well while making presentations. No? The soft side of it, the subjective side of it. Not the objective, not the visible one, but the one that is inside of you. Make sense, Paul? Okay. Great. That's step number 5. Step number 6. Okay. Let's see. Can you go after me? What was the first step? Your objectives. What you want to achieve. What is the second step? Rapport. Before and after. Number 3. Passion in your product. No? Number 4. The quality of your voice that comes from belief in what you're trying to do. Tunay na, aligned inside. Number 5. Structure. Now, great. So you have become a good public speaker. Diba? Authentic ka na, tunay ka na, emotional ka na, passion-driven ka na, structured ka na. Pero what happens? Because people are fast thinkers. People are hungry for novelty constantly. They need new things again and again. They cannot stop with what's good today. So if Madonna was popular yesterday, she cannot be popular tomorrow. Right? Beatles was very good in the 60s, can't be popular today because the world changes fast. It's the world of MTV, fast track, fast snapshots. So what you need to do is that once you acquire that structure, once you acquire that skill of being able to connect with people, you need to break the pattern. You have to make it angat sa iba. Sometimes you have to do something different because if you say, sige, successful ako ganyan, and you do it the same way, it will be pointless. You've got to try new structure, especially like this, an audience that is quite different. These are kids from school, there are professionals, and there are moms and dads, and there's so much attraction going on here. You need to connect at a different level, right? At a very personal level. Too much highfalutin words will go over, right? Too slow will put people to sleep and they'll walk away and buy books. So I'll be left alone here talking to myself, and only my staff will applaud me because I pay them a salary. Doesn't make sense, huh? Applaud. There you go. There you go. So the degree of your creativity. Now it's the same thing that I said. Don't worry about that. So if you want to take notes, it's fine. And last but not the least step, the 7th insight into great connection. You all know that people are soft. People are hurt inside for some reason in the world. Either they are hungry, they are traumatic, or they are hopeful. they're always dreaming for something new. Diba? Meron na tayong dream, diba? We have, what was the word for dream in Tagalog? Pangarap. Pangarap. So we all have that, don't we? Now, as a great speaker, Martin Luther King, Ninoy, he not only gives you good structure, good creativity, good passion, good emotion, but he gives you a vision for the future. Diba? He gives you a future. He says, the Filipino can. Right? I have a dream that one day black and white people will sit together in a bus and ride to the same school. They have a dream. And you too have a dream of being rich, being successful, being happy, being peaceful, being enlightened, being more educated, being married, being having a date, whatever. That's your dream. As a speaker, you must nurture that dream. You must pour water on that dream for your speaker, the listeners. Does that make sense? That means you motivate them, you inspire them, you tell them that whatever you're dreaming for, whatever is in your heart, kaya niyo yan. It is possible for you to achieve it from your own performance, from your own behavior, from your objectives. Make it outward driven. Does that make sense? Who do you like to talk to most? People who listen to you. Right? People who care for you. People who share ideas with you. People who give you hope. Am I right? Do you like to talk to people who's always negative? Prices went up, oil prices went up, mahirap ang palangke, daming traffic. Okay, you like to listen to that, but after a while you get a headache. But you really feel comfortable in a church because church inspires you. Right? You like the company of good friends because they inspire you. You like the company of your loved one, mom, dad, or sweetheart, because they inspire you to become better and they nourish your dreams. So the last insight in good public speaking, whether you do technical speaking or professional speaking or even selling books, you must somehow nourish the dream of your listener. Make that sense? It's called making them reach for their higher objectives. Because each one of us someday wants to become much better than we today are. Not just individuals, but whole groups. Whether it's a jeepney driver, or whether it's a bus driver, or whether it's a plane driver. It doesn't matter. They all want to go higher and higher. And if you nurture that, if you give solutions for that, then they will say, boy, you're great. Mama, what's the word for it? Mama, magaling kayo. Does that make sense? Okay. So 7 simple steps on how to become a great, powerful, engaging, connected, influential public speaker.